He's been an Air Force aerial photographer, done research work at Cornell, and handled birds of prey on television shows like Mike Douglas. So how does someone so lively react to life after retirement? Lou Gaeta decided to focus on his passion, picture taking. Lou has some life lessons we can all learn from. Welcome to the show.
I've had a great deal of fun over the years, Lori, in working and doing things. I never really retire. I go from one job to another.
That's a good way to think about it. So before we focus on your current passions, let's talk about the scrapbook of your employment. You've had some really interesting jobs. So let's starting out with the aerial photography.
Okay, what it was in the service, I was in the reserve, and when Korea started, our outfit was activated. And instead of going to Korea, we were sent to Germany. We were stationed at Rhein-Main Air Base. And I was a Air Force photographer, and we did also aerial mapping.
Okay.
But while I was there in Germany, I continued with another one of my loves, was falconry. And in 1951 in Offenbach, Germany, I was one of the few Americans that was at the first European Falcon Meet, which I had a great deal of fun.
All right, and then that moved to Cornell.
At Cornell, what it was, as a falconer, I had a 13-year-old golden eagle. And two of the ornithologists there, Tom Cade and Professor White, wanted to use my bird for artificial insemination. We were doing ornithological research. I assisted them. And the funny thing is that we did get a fertile egg. And I was being teased because I did own the golden eagle. I was a foster father to a baby eagle. So everybody had a great deal of fun with it.
Oh, I betcha. In addition to that, you worked in the circus?
Well, what it was, Clyde Beatty in the circus was in town. A friend of mine knew him, and I was working with a mountain lion, and he said, Lou, would you like to, there's a shot with me, Clyde Beatty behind me, I'm in civilian clothes. Clyde said, do you have the nerve to try it? Here's a 400-pound black mane African lion, and I had a great deal of fun. Clyde first was in front, then he got behind me. Here's another circus shot showing Worth the lion. Now, working with the cats. Unfortunately, when Clyde died, one of the other individuals, fellows that worked with us, he was a little older and he had more experience, and he took over the program for him.
Oh, and you've been on television on Mike Douglas?
Well, yes,
so
we were on the Mike Douglas show. Yeah, the shot here, it was real funny. It was Steve Rossi and Marty Allen was with Mike Douglas. And the thing is, Mike wanted, what we were doing was trying to guess how much a bird weighs.
Okay.
And what we were doing was putting a glove on the guest and guessing, and we were going to use Marty Allen. Unbeknown to us, because it wasn't mentioned to him, Marty Allen is afraid of birds.
Uh-oh, that was
Walked
not
off
good.
the set, and his partner, Steve Rossi, said, I'll do it. We put a golden eagle on his arm to guess how much she weighs.
He doesn't look happy there.
And, so these were some of the fun things that I've done over the years.
All right, well, then you approach retirement. So how did you move into that new phase of your life?
Well, when it got ready to retire, Lori, my wife said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, I really don't know. And all of a sudden, red flags went up. Because I did wildlife photography, and I had a lot of fun doing this, we decided to start getting in doing art shows and craft shows. Here are some of the photographs. 5-week-old lynx kittens, timber wolves. We were able to travel. We went to either private preserves, state or federal parks, or we photographed them in the wild. It was real funny, and we were in Yellowstone. It was like watching live National Geographic.
Oh my goodness. So you have any tips for our viewers?
Well, the thing is, when you get ready to retire, don't sit and watch television. Get out, move, do things. If you don't have a hobby, try and get into volunteer veterans organizations. I am a veteran, and I've helped out in hospitals and other organizations. Love to have volunteers.
Excellent. And you've got a calendar, I understand.
Well,
Let me
what
hold
I
that
want
up
to do, Golden Opportunities gives a lot of advice to seniors, and I'm going to do a little reverse. I'm going to present you Golden Arbor, one of our new calendars, 2012. This is Lou Gaeta's Love of Eagles. And there are eagles in there from Sandy Ridge in North Ridgeville. There's also eagles over on the Mississippi that we photographed.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate this very much. Lou Gaeta is a picture-perfect example of how to retire from work but not retire from life. My thanks to Lou for joining us today. And we'll have, I think, an email address to get a copy of this if you want to.
Yes. Also, I am 81 years old.
You don't look it. Congratulations.
And I'm having fun.
Good.
Next, you don't have to lose everything if you or a spouse needs nursing home care.